Welcome to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we are picking up the series on the 9th of July 1982, and the game is on pause for a reason which I'll explain in a little while. But as usual, I want to start by saying a big thank you for your comments and feedback, and to a certain degree this video is going to circulate round the comments that you guys have raised on the last video, because you give me so much to think about as usual, and to a certain degree you've given me a sense of direction of where this series is going to go. But first, a little bit more about your feedback. Somebody pointed out that I messed up the conveyor here, so this has been rebuilt, and I actually redid it in gravel, so that actually speeded up this process. You can see that the construction's going along pretty quickly. The next thing somebody posted a comment about was line spacing, and I gave a little bit of incorrect information here, because if we click on here, you'll see that you get this message if there's only one vehicle that says needs more vehicles. Now if I find actually let's go to Petrograd, which is the line that the person was talking about. I think it's over here. You can see actually my gas-fired power plant is now up and running. It's got some staff in it and it's producing a little bit of power. So in some ways now my power grid is a little bit OP. But anyway, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little while. So let me just find the vehicle. Yeah, it's the Petrograd gas power. Well, I should have known that anyway. If I can find, what you'll see is that I've got line spacing enabled on this with 3 minibuses. It's slightly annoying, the fact that the line spacing has to be enabled, and I did kind of consider going through this and taking a look, but I think it would take me a long time. We can do one anyway. We can put line spacing on here, but it's quite simple to find. You just put it on there, and quite interesting, it gives you the spacing length here as well, and you don't have to save the game to do that. Now what I did find out is if I come to here, and what you'll see is you get this one here. If I can find a line with this one, you can see that some vehicles don't have line spacing not supported, and that confused me a little bit. And where is this? It would be great if I could actually find it. Blind detail. But where is it, please, game? More gravel to stone load. I think it must be operating. There it is, up here. I think this is what led me a little bit astray, is that if you've got a very short line with 2 vehicles on it, and if the length's below a certain distance, you can't get line spacing. I think that's what caused me a little bit of confusing. If I come into here, so that's only got one. Let me just see if I can find a vehicle with multiple. Nope, that's really do with a filter for trucks, I think. Just gonna try and find. The trouble is I don't have many actual lines where I'm delivering trucks. See, I did find one when I was looking. There we are. You can see this one's got line spacing. This is Gosport gravel, which is over here because the line's a little bit longer. You can see it just here. Now, the thing I would probably wonder is, would I need line spacing for this? So the information I gave in my initial response to the comments, and when I said that there is no line spacing for trucks, there is line spacing for trucks, but the distance makes a difference, and I'm assuming that would also apply to bus lines. But of course, the one area where you don't get line spacing is railways. Just to see this, if I can find the train, click on here, you can see even though this is actually got a route set up, so if we click on rail lines here and come in, you'll see that there's no line spacing for trains, which is a little bit annoying, but I suppose that is the way it is. So that's the line spacing talked about. Moving on, I want to talk about weather, because somebody posted a comment saying that they saw someone doing an existing series where they had weather, and what I've done is I've gone through all the settings and I've kind of looked through pretty carefully, and I can't find any. So you come in here. I mean, these are the general game settings, and there's nothing in the when you start the game that allows you to switch weather on and off. So if there's a way to switch on weather, I can't find it. The only thing I could possibly is that maybe you could go down into the low-level game config files and find and switch weather on, but a bit loath to do that, to be honest, because I'm liable to kind of mess things up a little bit. Feedback I'm going to be talking about here is a mixture of the feedback to this video and also to the one-off video I did about helicopter construction offices. I'm going to be completely honest, I do agree with the general sentiment that helicopter construction offices could be abused if you to set up, say, oil production areas where you don't really need workforce, and I completely agree with that sentiment. When I'm going to be using helicopter construction offices, I'm going to put some limits on them, because I've done a bit more experimenting since I made that video, and while they're very good at getting across distances, they're relatively low carry capacity, and the restricted numbers of helicopters means that, say for example, if you're building something really big like a power station, or probably good examples, the TV station I built down here, the build rate is too slow. So the way I'm going to treat helicopter construction offices is to provide supplies to build small buildings and support distance building, because probably a good example is over here. I mean, I've got supplies up to this office here, although this office seems to be running out of some. Oh no, it's still got some there. It's just there. It's actually got quite a lot of steel in here as well. And eventually I'll be using this office as a forwarding office to get the buildings over here. But the one thing that kind of annoys me is I've had to build this. And this is one of the reasons why I'm really liking helicopter construction offices, because out here I want to build a new town. And what I would like to do is have a distribution center here, because the rail's coming in here, and I would also possibly would like to get a farm in here. So the town is going to have to be on this side. Plus, what I'd like to do is drive a tunnel through here to get to the iron. So what we're going to have is a steel town here. And I think this is where construction. Wow, these guys are out here. So is this finished then? Okay. I mean, these road crews aren't messing about. I think from a point of view of doing the terrain management, what I'm going to be doing is using the helicopter construction offices. Come on, you can do it for me, game. Get that in. Ooh. I can't level. I don't want to level, but if we do that, and just hook that in there. So I'm going to be using the helicopter construction office to build this, and probably do the terrain management, and then possibly plan a city, and then build the minimum buildings I need to get the city up and running and to get a construction office going. Oops, I've unpaused. I didn't mean to do that, sorry. So that's one way I would use to. Now this is one of the key roles I would use a helicopter construction office for. But another reasonable example would be up here, because this has been a slightly painful process building this farm out here. So I would use it to build a farm in this context. Having helicopters delivering the resources out here to build these reasonably small buildings would be quite advantageous, I think. So that's one area that I want to. So that's another area I'm going to use it. And if I come across to here, is another example of where I'm going to be using the helicopter construction office, because I've built a kind of vehicle depot out here, but that even here, this is still not going to really build out to here. So this would be the one area where I'd kind of make an exception, because what I would like to do is build another town in here. So what I would, well, I'll do it just as a demo. So in order to get the terrain management done, I'd look for a green patch here, and then I'd just drop a vehicle depot in there. And then once that vehicle depot is built, this would be used to do the leveling and planning, and more importantly, getting the road up to here. And then once this is finished, so the way I'm looking at it from this perspective is this is my advanced construction crew. They're out here just to do the groundwork and the planning, and possibly again putting in a few basic buildings. But in this case, it would be more just the planning, so that I could get a road down off this mountain down to here, and possibly level this area in preparation for a new town here. I can't remember what that actually means in Polish. That is Polish, actually. And of course, the big one is over here. And I think this, again, is going to change the game dynamic quite considerably, in the fact that what you'll be able to do in situations like this is build new towns on borders without auto purchasing. And again, I'm kind of, let's have a look at the terrain here. And topographic. Yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. But I think what I would probably like to do is, again, just turn F2, isn't it? We'll just put in another, if I can get a little patch of green. There we are. It's gone green there. Actually, can I get this? Maybe we'll put him down about here. Again, this is going to be my forward construction crew to do the base work here. And over here, the principle will be almost like starting a new game. We will build the absolute minimum to get this settlement up and running. So we're probably, so what we'll be doing over here is building the absolute minimum number of buildings to get this up as a functioning town, and then we'll start to expand out this way. Also, I do have an idea of using this as a bit of a test run for some mods to do with making concrete and asphalt, but I'll talk more about that later on. The only other way I would use a helicopter construction office is over here, although strictly speaking this isn't really necessary. But say, for argument's sake, that you've got a map with lots of islands separated by large amounts of water, and if any of you guys followed my Northern Canada series, you'll be aware that I spent ages building bridges across wide water. And I think what the nice thing of having a helicopter construction office is, what you could do is build a small town, say here, because of course I've got bauxite here, so we could have bauxite mining here. And then instead of building a bridge across there, which is a little bit unrealistic, what you could do is build a port here with a small distribution office. And then if you imagine over here, I had a town with some aluminium processing and stuff like that. So rather than having to artificially build a bridge and then build a port and then ship the goods across, what you'll be able to do with a helicopter construction office is build a small town over here, put in a port, and then you can ship the goods backwards and forwards across here, which would be really good. And so to me, that is a genuine reason for the helicopter construction office. I've probably gone on a lot longer than I should have done, and I think that covers most of your feedback, guys. Although, as I say, some of your comments are going to fuel my sense of direction in this video. Now, the next thing I want to just talk about is the reason why the game's on pause, and I think I can unpause it now, because what I want to do before we do anything is I just want to kind of fly over and see what the crop situation is, because we are going into a new harvest cycle, and I just want to see which silos still have crops. So there's still a lot of crops in this area. We've got 0 crops there, so I've kind of emptied the silos here, and it looks very much like I've emptied. Yeah, we got some. I was like, am I still importing food? Okay, I might need to take a look at that. We've got no crops in there, so I've emptied all my silos out. Got 92 tons of crops in there, 59 tons of crops in there. I've emptied these silos out, which is good to have the silos empty now, but not have any food shortages. These silos are empty. These guys have still got 2,000 tons of crops in there, and this guy's still got 2,000 tons of crops here as well. So that's pretty good that I've managed to get through the year and I've still got surpluses. I don't think I've got any surplus up here because this field farm is a little bit of a bust. And I'm quite happy with that. Now, what I'm going to need to do is do some adjustments, which I will be talking about a little bit going onwards. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the ongoing meat problem is probably the best way to describe it. And I think I really need now to start thinking about getting this a bit more efficient. And I think the step in that process is I need a small distribution office. I think we're up, and I'm just going to put it here. I think I'm only going to need about. Actually, I'm going to put a full size one in. Actually, oh, thank you, game. Let me just see. I'm going to put in a. But we're going to put a small one. I'd like to get it just on this corner here. There. Hopefully these guys will pick up that road there. Just assign you to it. What I'm going to be doing is this distribution office is going to be picking up fuel from here and distributing the fuel to Gosport. And what we're going to do is then kind of run this refinery down so that what we'll have is space here once all this is cleared out to be able to put in another livestock farm. And what I'm thinking is that rather than and what I'm thinking is that to develop this area a little bit, because I've got some of the infrastructure here, and by bringing in crops, and then that leads on to something else that I need to do over here. And again, this is based on your comments, but is that I want to put a farm in here. Now, I was talking about actually kind of leveling this, but somebody pointed out now that with the new update, there is the option to put farms in on uneven surfaces, and we've got a potential situation for 2 farms here. We've got a nice flat area, or flattish area here, just to show you. Well, it's not that flat, is it? But up here we got a flattish area. So what I'm going to be doing is doing a little bit of an experiment. But the first thing I need to do is kind of tidy up this bit here, because I need to put the rail track in first. So we're just going to kind of get rid of you, and then we're going to run a rail line and what I want is this to be out a reasonable amount. Now I know some of you would say, oh, you should be putting in a break, and what I would like to do is run a tunnel. We're going to go mega tunnel now. We're going to need to get kind of, there's like a little bit of a depression there. Hopefully we'll be able to do this. Wow, we've got a tunnel that's 2,850 meters. I think I'd like it to come out, say, about there. Then what I want is to bring another tunnel back, because this is a railway, so it has to be 2-way. And hopefully we just run. Probably gonna have to come in here. This is what I don't like, is yeah, we got that there. Just gonna accept that. What I need to do now is come over here, and somebody actually posted a comment about helicopter construction offices is part of the problem, is having to how can you say, go across the map to allocate jobs, because of course generally helicopter construction offices will be a long way away. So we got this here, and it means that probably up here we're not going to do anything. Now I was originally considering putting a road through this mountain, but we're not, so that is going to come there. And eventually what I'm going to be doing is putting in a logistics center here. So what we'll have, so the idea is this farm or send the crops over there. And what I'm also thinking possibly is to have some more meat production in this area, but I'm not quite that sure. I mean, I've flattened this little area here, so I think at the moment I just want to concentrate on a farm. And I think we're just going to run a road up through here. If I get a road up to say about there, and what I'm going to need to do is find out how flat this area is, because I want to have large fields. Now, there is a new mechanic. Wow. Cool, that is. Now, there is a new mechanic that allows you to put fields in. If you see, if we come here, see where the field goes, but you can still place it. But see where it goes yellow? That is lost farming. So you can technically put a field like that. But the game does seem to be a bit more forgiving with respect to the farm. Actually, I'm going to cancel the road. I think that's a bit messy. Let's cancel that out there. I think what we'll do is we'll bring a road in from this side. Wow. Oops, we just had a fire. So we got a road in like that. If I bring it right across like that, that's going to be a mega road, isn't it? Come up here. And just bring you into here. And then we'll just trim you back like that. I mean, in many ways, there's almost enough room up here for 2 farms, isn't there? So if we could kind of take a junction off here, we could put the pickup area about there. I think what I'm going to do is I'm not going to build the farm now. I've just changed my mind. What I want to do is just get this road in first. We'll get the road crews building that. I'm happy with that. And then we'll try and work out whether we can get 2 farms up here. So that is something else there. Oh, the other thing I also want to show you guys is fences. This is, must admit, I hadn't realised this was actually in the game. What you can do now is you can actually put fences up. You've got little fences there, and what you can actually do is put in like a road connection here. To be honest, I'm not exactly too sure what the purpose of them are, but get out here. But what I want to do is build these 2 sections here. Then what I'll do is signal up, because we've got signals to here. And then I want to get this through to there. I want to check my rail before we move on to the next thing I want to talk about. And we're kind of pushing out this way. And what I want to do is get past this junction, and I can put a couple of signals in here, and then hopefully what that will do is allow me to send another train down here, because I think I've got 4 trains here, but they're not running particularly that efficiently. We got a it's probably not the right one. Oh, it is. So we're kind of working on the tunnel here. Over here, things are going okay. We've kind of got the beginnings of our town built in here. Just see. Don't know if that road is ready to be connected. No. Now, something else I want to show you is I was looking at this out of curiosity. We come to people. Look at this in Winchester. People with free time. And if I can find it in here. Unemployed. You can see I've got massive unemployment in Winchester. Got quite a fair amount of unemployment in here, but we're not really getting people into here. I think down in Gosport, the unemployment, well, you're never going to get completely rid of unemployment. I mean, that is just a reality of life. But Gosport's okay. Portsmouth, a little bit shaky, but I've got quite a concentration of population at the moment, just to show you that. You see, we're out now, reached 47,000, and I've got nowhere really to expand outwards at the moment. Actually, just check the power grid over here as well. Curiosity, let's just take a look at. See, this is now dropped, which is interesting. So this is kind of running at a lower level, and I do wonder whether maybe that extra power station is drawing. So does that mean that my other power station up here is contributing a bit more now? Yeah, he's kind of picking up a little bit more wattage. So I mean, the power distribution is pretty good. I've got the fuel distribution office. Once that's finished, we can get this sorted out. I think overall things are pretty good. I say meat is the issue. I mean, I'm getting very close to getting this next generation ship, although to be honest, I'm not exactly too sure what I'm going to be doing with it. I mean, we are getting a fairly steady supply of coal and iron in here as well. The harvest season has started, which is good. Have these guys been picked up? Yep. Actually, if we can get the island road crew on it, I don't think these guys are doing particularly that much. So you can get an assist. Oh no, you looks like you've already picked it up. You just need a bit of an assist on this one as well. And I suppose the other thing I need to do is check over here. Where is it? You see my construction trains out here are building these bridges, and what I'd like to do is break through to here. And I suppose in some ways I'm just kind of playing a waiting game at the moment. Of course, I need to get some track built up here. And this is an example of the fields. Let me just come back to what I was talking about earlier. And they like, I can spin that. Oh, wow. I'm getting a bit of fearsome lag now. And these fields are giving me pretty bad lag, actually. Actually, let's put this on for the fun of it. Kind of connect that up there. What you'll see is the yellow dots. So I wonder how much I will lose from this field if I put that in. It's connected by roads. Yeah, I wonder whether we've lost that bit. So this is only the amount of a field that I've got, because it's the broken line through there. Interesting. Let's just try one over here. See, I've got no lag at the moment, but the moment I do this, you can see it's been very chunky. I think for the fun of it, we're just going to put this in. Again, I'm just going to be interested because this time it's got green that goes round the edge. If you look on the left-hand side, no, see, that's chopped as well. I don't think I want that one. Just get that off there. Get rid of the... We'll just have to level that bit a bit. Though, to be honest, this farm is probably as big as it's going to get. Not assigned to any farm. Why are you not assigned? I thought you'd be assigned. Let's make sure. Okay, just make these sure these are all assigned. Let's have a quick look here at the... Yeah, I mean, we got loads of food. I'm kind of thinking that I don't want these. So we're just going to demolish these. I think Winchester's far too big now. So we're just going to take this out. We're going to work with the population we got here and just try and make them happy, I suppose. Is unable to enjoy culture. I mean, we could put some culture out here and just make this into a cultural centre, just for the fun of it. And cinema, what can we put out here? Telephone booth, small pool hall. I still can't help laughing when it says small pool hall. Oh, that's way too big. We could put the little rotunda theatre here. I mean, this is quite a neat little theatre here, so put that out there. Just let them pick that up. I mean, everyone's happy. It says 14 citizens can't get food, but I mean, no, should be no shortage of food coming into here. I mean, because I mean the delivery trucks are just the other side. So this is coming together quite nicely. This road's finished now, so what I can do is there's one road that I do need to build. Because we won't be able to build that open store. One area I haven't looked at. Oh, look at that. Oh, we got our first wind turbine. He's not exactly producing a lot of power. What's the wind speed? 4 miles per second. So 5 miles. So the wind speed is changing. It's just that every time I go on here, it's always brilliant sunshine. So it looks like the wind speed is varying. The other thing I also did is I made a bit of a mistake here. I built a tiny little fire station with just one vehicle in it here. What have we got here? Road crew. I can't remember what this is. Oh, this is the distribution office to bring out these kit to here. Oops, you're not allocated. Need to get the Graviton Bridge crew, road crew on that. We need to get that built. I certainly want this up and running. These guys are kind of pushing through there. Yeah, I really think I can develop this area if I can get things. What's up with this guy? And he's got a dodgy signal up there. He should be okay now. He's come. Why can't you find your way back? Oh, he's found it now. Yeah, what happens is if they can't, they get their kind of rear end over this signal. For some reason, they can't find their way back from it. I think I've got a conflict here. Have a look at the signals here. I remember extending the signals out this way. Yes, I have. So these signals now come out to here. Trouble is, this area is now kind of a bit isolated. I mean, I could put in. I put a mix. I put in a mix, two kind of mix. A mixed signal there and a mixed signal there. I mean, these tracks are not. The other thing I've also noticed is that I'm not sure if this is a new feature. What seems to happen now is if you put one signal in, you get one mirrored on the other side. Now, I'm pretty sure it never used to happen like that before. And I think I'm just going to do this just to break this error up a little bit. And if I put in... See, this one didn't do it, but this one did. What that should do now is allow these trains to work on independent sections of track, so they might be a bit more efficient now. I mean, strictly speaking, I don't really need this crossover now, because the crossover's over there. I could take this out, but just to make the track a little bit tidier. Oh, don't do that to me, game. You gave me a fright. And then what I can do is take this out. Take one of you out. Take you out. And what I can do now is put in the chain signal there, the upside and the downside, and yeah, come that way, you come that way, and take out these two signals here, and then that kind of isolates this bit of track here. And actually you need to be that way. I think I confused him because I was top tip, don't mess about with the signals when the train's due. And what that should do now is get me out to here, and that should make the track laying a little bit more efficient in this area. It also means now that technically this area is now open for exploitation should I need it, but at the moment I don't really feel I need it. I mean, we got this port here. I mean, it's all fully loaded up, but I'm not. I mean, let's have a look at my economy. I mean, see, my main exports is aluminium and bitumen. We're already connected up to that. The electronics and alcohol, power, cement. And the trouble is, where am I producing? I'm not really producing cement here, but what I could do is come up to here, and I'm not really going to get a cement works in here. I'm not going to exactly get a cement thing going here, am I? Oh yeah, there's one thing I want to check is... Guy's not doing too bad actually. He's pushing this bridge down. This area's being built. This area's being built. We got the road crew out here, and you're building that. Okay. Of course, we got our television station here. That's wow, fully equipped. Oh, has this been built yet? Okay. No. Okay, wait. But haven't construction on it. I think having road crew can give an assist because you haven't got anything else to do anyway. So should you need an assist, if we get this built, I can make the change. I mean, strictly speaking, I don't need this here as well because having construction can pull everything from this area should it need it. What are you delivering? Oh, of course, you're still working on the cement works and my little heating plant over here, which I built a very long time ago, which is still going. Of course, this area is a little bit redundant. I can also bring crops into here so that we can... So that's another option I want to expand. I think what we'll do is we'll just kind of flip up to here. It's almost like I'm playing a waiting game at the moment while things are being built. We've got another construction office here. I mean, it is an option, yeah. No power supply. This is a very long way away from... Well, we got this here. We'll set that to limit amounts. Right, I need a Oh, we got this construction office that's being built. This is going to be the construction office that's going to build in here. I think we'll put Winchester Construction onto that. Why is this... I still got a power problem here. We need firefighters. I thought I bought some... It could be that they're a bit too far away. Oh no, our first lot of firefighters have just arrived. How about the gas station? The gas station's built, it's got power. So we need to add you to this guys. I think it's these guys. So we need to add you. So we need gas out here. So just get you up to 60%, 70% to do. So and on these roads finished. What I will do is I'm gonna buy a bulldozer. What we got here? 25, 27. It's 20 kilometers. Empty weight 7 tons. Not a lot of difference in these, is there? I'll buy one of those, and I want an excavator. And 33 or 70. I'm just going to put an excavator in there. That means I can start some serious work on laying out this area here. Got the road here. What have I built in here? It's such a long time. We've got the school here. Got a gym, kindergarten. There's the bus platform for this end. We got this. This isn't finished yet, but we can work on this side. We're going to need a hospital here. And I think we're just going to have a conventional hospital here. I don't really want to get too taken up with the idea of helicopter hospitals and fire stations. This is going to be too many roads in here, haven't I? Annoying. We're going to have to put the hospital here, and then I'll have to connect it up afterwards. So go in there, and what we can. Don't want a gravel road. We can kind of hook the footpath out like that. That can go into there. We've got that there, that there. I think I would like to get some footpaths through here and here, and just keep kind of infilling this. Interesting. So we'll just infill those footpaths there. Oops. Let them finish that, and we can put another footpath across to there like that. And I think what I might be able to do is get a small theatre in here. Or we could put the full-size cinema in. Let's just go in here. I mean, I haven't built a cinema for some time. I can find it. Television station, hospital, counting office. I mean, we could put in... I mean, I do really need to get into the habit of putting these in. These give pretty key information into how your city is functioning. There's the car dealer, radio station, cinema. I think we'll drop a cinema in just here on the end here as well for our new town, like that. And so I don't want this town to be too big because the main town is going to be out here. Let's just follow the yellow brick road or the black tarmac road. Wow. This rate, by the time the helicopter construction office is finished, this will be all built up. And then you got the road connection there. And we got a level crossing here. I'm not too worried about that because this will be an area there. I'm not going to plan the logistics for that just at the moment. I'm quite happy for the roads just to be finished. Actually, I'm quite enjoying just looking around the map, actually. Little truck stumbling here. How's my... Really could do with some more workers in here. Although at the same time, I mean, this area is just filling up there. So this building has no power supply. That's true. We're going to need to run a power supply way over to here, don't we? Because I could put the power supply in. It'd be first questions first is, will I ever build anything here? I think what I might do is just put in a... Now the question is, if I build something out here, how's the fire coverage? I don't know, it gets out to here. So I don't think the risk is that great. So what I'm going to do is... this is just purely for kind of backup contingency should I need it. On that one, I want this one. What we're going to do is just put in a... put one here, and then hook you up with a gravel road there. And then what I should be able to do is bring the power cable. I think I can't remember what this is actually is. We got the full 18 megawatt here, so what we're gonna have to do is kind of bring this across to say about here, and then kind of into there, and then what I really need over here is a kind of, not one of these, I want one of these. If we kind of put this in say about here. Actually, I think what I might do is put one in, put it in about here. No. I'm probably going to put a fire station in here to protect this area here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on this side, because this is like a kind of open gap here. Then we'll... yeah, we'll weigh out the range of... I'm not exactly too sure why this isn't detecting, but we're going to have to find my expansion city construction. Vehicle depot, where's my road crew? And your job is going to be to build that. Actually, we could put you on this as well. Just put it on there just to make sure. And then what we're going to do is run the full power cables. This is going to take... I mean, this power cable is going to take a little while to build, because we're going to have to come right over the mountain, about there. Ah. I think this is the longest power line I've built for a very long time. That actually connected. Yep. That gets the power into this area. And I think where's the... I mean, I don't think these guys are particularly that big. Yeah, see, these guys are completely out of work, so... I get you building that. Don't think there's any... I mean, we could give them some work down here. What have we got here? We can contribute to that, and that, and that. We'll just kind of load you up a little bit there. What was that? Train is waiting too long. Okay, just rid of that signal. I think he's just kind of blocking. He's probably blocking. Actually, what I probably need to do is... this crossover is now finished. So, I think what I'm... just let him get over that side. And I think what I'll do is just let's put two on each side again. think the problem is he's probably going to come into conflict with this train coming that way eventually. How's these guys going? They're building this road. They're going like a train. I just want them to finish this major road first. Once these two bits of track are built, what I'm going to do is double signal this up all the way through, so that then we'll have a two-way track up to this point and this point, and then the construction train going this way can quite happily do his own thing. Let's have a quick look round. Not able to participate in the sport again. Okay, maybe we can get a sports ground in here. Kind of make them all a little bit happier. I mean, they've got a gym. Come on, guys. Trying to get in there and get the keep fit bit going. I think what we will do is just slip in another. Yeah, we can kind of just slip in another. I think it's probably this block is so big. I think we can just drop that in there. It should get auto detected. Again, I don't really want Petrograd to get much bigger until such time as I'm sure. I mean, we could get a few more workers in here, but at the moment we're not really. I mean, we got a maximum amount of fuel here. And we're not actually even consuming the fuel at the moment. I think probably the only ship that's consuming the fuel at the moment is this one. Because I've got more fuel than I know what to do with. Which is a complete contrast of like 2 parts ago. On this guy here. Steel again, so let me just see. It's probably coal shortage again. No. Why have I got no workers here? Why have I got all these workers? I think it's almost like I've had a problem here, haven't I? It's almost like you can almost say that I might need a. I mean, how many people have I got waiting over here? I've got loads of people. I'm almost tempted to get another train set. I mean, I know I'm playing on slow and it's kind of, but considering the amount of workers we got here, and we got 500 working there, yeah, I mean, it's not like we got a shortage of cash, and if I don't need it, I can always do it. I've got to find the construction office here. Let's just put another train set on. What have we got here? 120. I want something that's... So we're just going to hook you up there. And of course, what I'm going to have to do now is find the train line. That's that. Because I always have a bit of a problem allocating you. It always seems very resistant to being allocated. You've got to click on the front carriage with a train set. And what we're going to do is get another train set running on here, and they're all going 120. I think that's the maximum. No, 150, but I think if I get another train set kind of running on this, we're going to get more workers into this area, so that we get. I mean, it's not exactly like Portsmouth is. Oops, thank you, game. Let's say it's. Let me just have another quick check of the unemployment. Free time. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I've got kind of shortage of workers. Oh yeah, this is my what we call it. This is going to be my electronics. Electronics. Let me just check. I've forgotten all about this again. This is the chemical plant. This is the electronics up here, isn't it? Why have I got no electronics? What's going on here? Who's stealing all my electronics? Oh, let me just see. Let's have a quick look. Electro imports. Where is that then? Where are those guys taking things? Are they kind of sending lots and lots of electronics here? Yeah, I think we're gonna curb these guys back a little bit. Where's the I mean, we've got 5.5 million, so okay, let me just I've got so many why is closed distribution? Where are you sending stuff? Gravelton warehouse drop. Gosport Electro imports. I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of stop them stealing everything. We've got to say that this has to be at least 10% of electronics. I can afford it. Yeah. And we'll see how that goes. Kind of confused over. Yeah, what sort of electronics? Yeah, I think these guys were just stealing all the electronics, which might account for why I was making so much money. Yeah, I think if we kind of curb them a little bit. Yeah, because it looks like I'm also kind of doing a double export here as well. Well, you're not. What are you picking up then? Guys, so why are you coming here? Oh, you're delivering. You're delivering the mechanical components to here. So hopefully these guys are going to start building up some eventually. And then we'll start delivering some electronics. I've got a feeling I really need to pep this up a little bit more. Get a few more workers down here. What's the... Yeah, we've only got the one bus line here. Portsmouth Electronics. I think I need to get some more workers kind of moving around now. Okay. You're kind of picking up from there. How many? You don't really have a lot of workers, so... I've probably got lots of workers kind of stood around doing nothing, haven't I? Let me just have a look. Yeah, look, we got lots of workers there doing nothing. So I think what I'm going to do is we've got... where's the bus stop? The bus stop is here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a line from there. And you can drop off here as well. And Portsmouth Electro bus. Plus what we're gonna have to do is, how many workers do I need here? I mean you're kind of wandering all over the place here, so I think I've got a case here that I could probably put in some pretty big fast buses here. And somebody suggested the Mars. I think what we're going to do is put in start with 2, I think. I'm just going to... Not like I've got a fuel shortage either. We're going to enable the lines. Confirm to compute line. Okay. And what we're going to do is you guys are going to pick up all the workers from here. Yeah, we've got to start making our workers work for a living, so need to compute line length. Okay. And what we should be able to do is get a few more workers down to here. Let's just rename this imports electronic stop. Yeah, see, we're not getting an even distribution of the workers. We get some workers that are coming, have gone off that direction. Where are you going then? Yeah, we need more buses and things coming in and delivering passengers to here. And so we got lots of workers there. We got quite a lot stood there. Got a few there, yep. I think there's I put a stop in here somewhere, didn't I? We got a steady flow there, but I don't think I've got a link here. But we could pick up some more workers there. But I think maybe this will be the main center pickup point. I mean, give everyone plenty of work to do. And I'm aware that I'm going over time on this video, so we're just going to have a quick whiz round and kind of show the update of here. So these guys have kind of moved on. I don't want you to build that just yet. What I want you to build is construction office. I want you to build this. I seem to have run out of a job here as well, so keep still looking for an eye. So why am I building a so I'm kind of where are you? How can you be building a track out here? The game's got itself. Aha. That's 1458. Why have I can't see how I would have a half-built track out here. I think the game's got itself a little bit confused. Well, I think I'll sort that out off camera. So what I'll do now is just a quick look at what's going on over here. This guy's really gone well for it now. He's right out here. And he's past this signal point here. I'm in a position to signal this up now properly so that we can get a train starting to go this way. So we can start to build out that way. This is coming along quite nicely. This is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. In the next part, we're just keep doing what we're doing. Keep on working on building this construction office. What we're going to do is carry on doing what we're doing. Try and get our helicopter construction finished. I mean, it's all coming together fairly well. Let's check that. Yep. So it's all a question of catching up. Of course, we've got the harvest coming in as well. Until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.